Are you saying no one is moral? I'm saying that I'm saying that morality ends where convenience begins. For most people, including most of the people in this chat.
True.
That's why.
At least one
That's
smart
what I think.
sentence.
And I'm proven right time and time again.
Sure.
Is this why the government needs to ban Chinese products? That was exactly what I was thinking. Let's see here. It's weird how some streamers argue with someone in chat when the platform itself isn't even decent to show an actual discussion between a viewer and a streamer.
True.
That's before considering all the dynamics of power between a viewer and a streamer, which naturally pushes the majority of chat to go on board with the streamer and belittle whoever speaks differently.
Yeah, but you should expect that.
I hope that whoever wrote this is watching the stream right now. Whenever I was reading all of these negative comments about what I say, and everybody was spamming true. Yeah. This is something...
Did he expect anything else to happen? They also were spamming true when he was wrong.
You tell yourself because you're upset that chat doesn't want to accept your stupid fucking opinions. It's just, it's again, it's just fucking, they're fucking coping. They're coping, yeah. This is so fucking funny, man. Dynamic.
Again, he had a chance to prove that he's big and smart by debating Ted Cruz, but he chickened out. He has had so many chances to prove that he's smart by debating people, by the way, because a lot of people have challenged Asmongold, but he never fucking accepts that. He will never even remotely try and risk of putting himself in a position where he could look bad. For example, he thinks that this video is a complete W. Well, in reality, a lot of people are obviously pissed and they completely disagree with all of his points, and for very good reason. But he thinks this is good. He said this, I don't remember how long ago, but he essentially has a rule for his YouTube videos that anything can be uploaded as long as it doesn't make him look bad. So, his YouTube will never actually have a video of him where he thinks it makes him look bad. If something like that happens, that video gets deleted, because Asmongold obviously can't have that.
Dynamics of power, yes, Queen Bat, yeah, true. Okay, let's see here. They're probably banned in chat. Yeah, of course. For me, it was when he said that almost everyone makes a character that looks like them, and if you disagree, that you are wrong. I think that there is a general trend. This is actually not what I said. What I specifically said, if you go back to that VOD, is I said that of the people that are creating human characters, I think that the majority of the human characters that people create are of the same race that they are in real life. That's what I said. I did not say this specifically. I made a specific statement. Is this true? Sure, why not? Yeah, duh, just race? I think that that was the one that I was arguing on, because I was talking about, like, why there was, like, why they let people have, like, black elves in games. Because, like, you know, elves aren't black in, like, the lore of the game. So, like, I was talking about it in that context.
Is this some kind of random Lord of the Rings argument suddenly? Oh, I don't understand it. But yeah, people in a lot of cases do pick the race that they actually are. Admittedly, in some cases, literally people, if they know that, you know, you're never actually going to see any skin of the character, which is, by the way, not rare in games at all, then they don't actually care and they just click randomize or don't even click random at all.
I can see how that can be misconstrued. Yes, it's misconstrued by people that misunderstand. I know, I'm very used to that. You can't disagree with that? Surprise, actually you can. 21 people can disagree with that. It'll be fine.
He didn't even read it fully.
His claims right now, it just feels like he ignores an argument and says you're wrong or bans you.
True.
Right. It's the natural progression of streamers. They're successful and rich, so that justifies their opinion in their mind.
True.
But just because you're rich and famous doesn't mean that your opinions are always right. See Kanye. Yeah, I'm just like Kanye West, guys. That's right. That's me.
He completely does not understand that that comment implies a specific mindset, and that he could be 100% like Kanye. Admittedly, I don't think that's true, but he could be. And also, this comment does not imply that he is Kanye. It just implies that people who are rich and who have more money and power than other people tend to always think that they are better than other people, which is, by the way, literally a fact proven by multiple studies.
Wow. Trump tactic wrong. Yeah, can you believe that? Uh-huh, sure. Let's see here. And is it anytime ever meta on Twitch? Not to go for meta, still do what we want. Overall, I've grown tired of React streamers, lazy content, low effort. So this is somebody who's not happy with React streaming. Okay, that doesn't that one goes into the garbage.
Yes, because Asmongold. By the way, this is Asmongold's opinion on React streaming. That it is absolutely the best form of content. Everyone loves it. Loves React streaming because I actually covered this when he said it. And that anyone who thinks that React streaming is not good is just an absolute idiot whose opinion should be completely ignored. If you do not agree with React streaming, you are just stupid. Because React streaming is the best content. And by the way, I'm not even fucking kidding here. This is what he argued for. And this was one more take that was completely shat upon by, well, everyone in the comment section, everyone who watched the video of him saying that.
Let's see. Most of people make characters they enjoy looking at or that make you feel like you're immersing yourself in the story or fantasy of the game. That's why a lot of guys play female characters or make characters that are buff and strong, etc. No one cares about making a character that looks like them because most of us are ugly as fuck. I think that a lot of people...
That's true, by the way. It's called a fantasy for a reason.
...will make characters that are their idealized version of themselves. And I think that inside of their idealized version of themselves, unless they have some weird fucking thing in their mind... And this is not like everybody does this, okay? But I do think the majority of people probably maintain their race inside of that. I think this is a fair assumption to make.
I think that's an extremely stupid assumption to make. I have never made a character, for example, a troll or an orc, and I have ever thought, yes, this represents me as a white male. Not even close. I have never heard actually anyone say, yes, I make this orc character, but I imagine that this is my representation of me. No, it's a fantasy character that they just like.
Because your race is part of your identity. As much as people want to pretend like it's not, it absolutely...
Yeah, that's true, but that doesn't mean that you automatically want to imprint your identity on absolutely every character that you make.
Is. When you look in the mirror, it's the same as your gender. I think it's a big reason why Twitch streamers that are girls are not as popular generally. It's because people look to streamers to be identifiable and relatable, and it's harder to relate to somebody of the opposite gender. It's that simple.
He definitely does 100% believe that, because Asmongold is the guy who constantly lies about how relatable he is. One of my favorite lies that Asmongold actually says is the good old classic, I survive on $2,000 per month. That was previously. Now he has moved up to the $3,000 mark. And by the way, if you... Like, lies like this are just so stupid, because all you need to do is Google average housing prices in Houston, Texas, and then you understand, wait a minute, if he survives on, let's go the middle, by the way, $2,500 per month, that means that he would be, how much was it? 170, 180? 1,080 rent is average, like in that place where he lives. So, you know, he gets to fill his gas up with $700, and he eats out because he doesn't obviously make food on his own. You know, all of that, and he completely survives great on that. Let's fucking ignore the fact that he got his teeth implanted and fixed, which most likely cost. Let's be real. He probably didn't go the cheap route with that. So most likely tens of thousands of dollars. He recently also had some kind of thing with his car, if I remember correctly, where it almost was better to buy a new one, which probably also was multiple $1,000s. Lost Ark, honing streams, all of that thing, literal multiple thousands of dollars. He obviously doesn't calculate that in his living expenses, so, dude, it's so bullshit. It's just so many lies. All to be relatable, because it's true, the relatability matters, and this is why he constantly tries to lie that, oh yeah, I'm a millionaire who doesn't spend any money. Oh yes, trust me, guys, trust me, I'm actually living like a poor person. Trust me.
You have no numbers to back that statement up? You're just saying that the majority is pure opinion? I don't think it's a majority.
Oh shit, will he ban? He's not gonna ban that person, obviously, in this situation. But yeah, this would be a time where you actually, provide some sustenance to what you are saying, or give an example why you think that may be the most truest thing. Let's see what Asmongold does. My guess is on provide nothing of that and just call that person stupid, or do some kind of a witty two-liner response.
You're right. I'm using tangential evidence with like the streaming. You're right about that. Would you accept that the evidence is the fact that other games provide opportunities to do this? You could
No.
maybe say that
No.
because a lot of these games do provide extra race options in the game, it is implied that the reason why they're doing that is to give more people the ability to make characters that look like themselves. I think you can make that argument too.
Asmongold smart takes. Blissful ignorance. Okay, so, if you're making a race, that's because you inherently deep down below think that you're fucking ugly as shit. And that's why they implemented an orc in World of Warcraft, so you can express how fucking ugly you are. That is effectively literally what he said.
I think that's a logical argument. Yeah, so I mean I don't know. I'd have to actually look at data for this.
Yeah. Yes. You need some kind of evidence to proclaim these things as much as you do as fact. Oh my god. And by the way, this is not the first time he says, "Oh, I should actually look into this." He always says it but never does. So there's a commonality for you.
But I think it's common sense that somebody would want to have a character that looks like them.
So since the default human is far more prettier than you, we added orcs so you can feel as ugly as you are actually. 10 out of 10.
Often than have a character that looks like somebody completely different. Of people that are playing, and again, we are going way past what I originally said. What I originally said is that I think that in fantasy games, inside of the pool of players that play human characters, the majority of the people's human characters that they are playing inside of the fantasy game reflects their real-life race. That is what I originally said. And I think that's true.
Probably is.
Abso-fucking-lutely. Yeah, I'm not counting in orcs, okay? I don't think anybody's skin is green, unless they're from She-Hulk. It's not going to happen. Let's see here. He doesn't engage with anyone with a serious complaint. You'll often notice he will read out the dumbest guy in chat and then get stun-locked into a rant about what the guy said.
True.
It's because he does read all the comments that rightfully rebut his arguments, but he doesn't argue back because they've all proven him wrong. So he picks out the dumbest comments with which he knows he can argue against and win.
True.
Oh my god. What is this? Are these arguments in a room with us now? Yeah, exactly. Holy shit. Let me see if I can find the rest of these. Hassan, somebody doesn't like Hassan. Who cares? Let's see. I was giggling a bit when he gave his strong opinion on boxing the other day after the Jake Paul fight.
Boxing?
I was more entertained than annoyed.
What
Did
was
I
the
say
boxing
anything
take?
wrong whenever I was talking about the Jake Paul thing? What did I say that was wrong?
I have no idea what he actually said.
Yeah, what did I say that was inaccurate here? I missed it. It's a nice take, though, everything. Yeah, so there's no example of this whatsoever. Where is it? You said Starforge system emblem isn't a penis? Yeah, alright, well look. That he was a good boxer, maybe? Yeah, I think he's pretty good. Yeah, I think Jake Paul's a pretty good boxer overall. Is he good compared to Floyd Mayweather? No. But Floyd Mayweather is the greatest boxer. People say he's the greatest technical boxer of all time. Yeah, he's a good boxer. I think that's true. What else did I say? I said that Jake Paul, half of the people that tune in to watch Jake Paul are tuning in to watch him lose, and the other half are tuning in to watch him win. And I also said that what he did was really good for the sport. And I think, didn't Mike Tyson talk about how Jake Paul boxing was good for the sport? Like, I'm pretty sure I saw a clip of this.
A clip. So, the clip can easily be out of context because some people are saying. Okay, so there's two. I actually know the arguments for Jake Paul boxing and against that most people bring up, and it's honestly pretty simple. So one is he is making a mockery out of boxing because it's pretty much instantaneously all about money and not the actual sport. People are not fighting because they want to win. People are fighting because that's instantaneous money. And that's one opinion. And the other one is that that's good that that's happening because that gives the opportunity for boxers to make a lot of money. So, there are positives and there are negatives.
Yes, he did. So what they're really saying is that me repeating what Mike Tyson said. So Mike Tyson doesn't know about boxing now.
Admittedly, Mike Tyson obviously has a lot of credentials about boxing, but Mike Tyson, from a business standpoint, saying something's good or bad for boxing is an opinion. Mike Tyson is a boxer, so his opinion about actual boxing matters. But his opinions about business in boxing don't actually have that much weight. Yeah, sure, he maybe knows a little bit more than the average person that knows nothing about business at all, but he's a boxer, not a businessman in that sense. So his opinion about that is, because it's Mike Tyson, his opinion about the business side of boxing doesn't actually hold that much weight. And Asmongold doesn't understand
isn't that crazy? Wow. I would have never expected.
Obviously.
Is it good enough that even though there's fame and money, other pro boxers don't fight him because it's good enough there's a risk they'd be knocked out by him? Well, I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. There could be a number of reasons why they wouldn't want to be in a fight with him, right?
By the way, as much as I understand it, because I have not watched a single fight, because I'm not an idiot, as much as I actually understand it, Jake Paul does seem to have pretty decent talent at boxing. Like, he does have potential, because he has technically kind of knocked out a lot of people. But then again, it's like, most likely there's a huge likelihood that the wins and losses are staged to a degree. So, if Jake Paul keeps winning, the people who want to see Jake Paul knocked out slowly just increase with time, and the more the stakes rise that someone can knock him out, the more people will watch it. So this is, by the way, a huge part why people don't like and think it's good for the sport, because the amount of pay you're gonna receive for fighting Jake Paul is literally pretty much the same that you would in one day you will earn more than in a year, 2 years, or sometimes even 10 years for different people. So if someone is gonna tell you, hey, one fight and you're gonna earn what you normally earn in a year, 2, 5, or 10, but you need to throw the match, people are gonna agree to throw the match, because that's a lot of money.
And so, this is me when he starts talking like an attorney during Depp versus Heard. Asmon wants to talk like an authority on all subjects, but he is not a boxer,
True.
a geopolitical analyst, or whatever else. I feel...
By the way, this is true for everyone, but some people are more reasonable than others. For example, I barely talk about game design in games, only about game design I'm convinced about on this channel. I talk about psychology and business. And very rarely I actually talk about country economics. I talk about the shit I actually know. And some channels do that. Some channels, it's called specializing in something. But Asmongold is constantly an absolute worldwide expert on literally anything he decides to talk about. Be it boxing, be it gaming, be it geopolitics, be it a lawyer or whatever. Anything he wants to talk about, he is an undisputed expert, and he's going to use words like obviously and of course a lot, because he knows everything.
I feel like, especially with the geopolitical analyst thing, how many times have I stated, guys, that I don't like commenting on world affairs and like the nuances of other countries because I don't live there and I can't experience it the way they do.
True, but he still comments about them.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've said that many, 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 many times. Because because a lot of these things, like, I don't speak the language they speak. I don't know what's going on. Yes, I said that the people that were being bombed, that were families in Ukraine, I said this seems really bad and we should raise some money for them.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Dude, he just said something that completely contradicts what he said not even a minute ago, literally 10 seconds ago. He said that he doesn't talk about these things because he can't relate. He doesn't even speak the language. And, this may be a hot take, but if you're getting bombed, I don't think you need to speak their language to relate to them about that. That's most likely a 100% shitty situation no matter what, that you are potentially dying. And, and then he says... You can't make this shit up. I can't relate to these people because I don't know anything about it. Oh no, this is so bad because bad things are dying. It just doesn't track in any way. And I know that this is, by the way, extremely nitpicky, but it's true. It's like, it's not even 10 seconds apart from each other.
Yes, I'm willing to go out on the limb, the geopolitical limb, and I am willing to say that it looks pretty bad to see innocent families getting
Also, in a lot of cases, Asmongold, when something big happens, Asmongold doesn't give his opinion until he knows that most people, what's the correct opinion of most people. Asmongold will never mostly go against the grain about a certain subject. If there's a chance to divide his audience on something, he will just not take it. He will just not speak about it. Unless he knows that the vast majority of people agree with X, he is just not going to speak about it because it would be too divisive and that would hurt him as a streamer. That is why he doesn't actually talk about things, because he's not sure which way the wind is blowing. But the moment he knows which way the wind is blowing, he's probably going to start to talk about that. And dodging politics in general is actually kind of smart, because as we all know, Asmongold has literally no fucking clue about any politics, to be honest, at all.
Carpet bombed. Absolutely. Yes. Yes, I'm sure this is the comment that he's talking about. What's this here? 40,000 viewers every stream. They're all hate watchers, so must agree. Oh, a lot of people agree. There's just a handful of morons. Amazing hot take. Yeah, exactly. They're not doing carpet bombing, no? Oh, I'm sorry. It's just regular bombing. Yeah, excuse me. You're right. Yeah, see, I was wrong about something, okay, guys? Yeah, they weren't carpet bombing. They were just yeah, guys, it's not that bad. They're just regular bombing the families, not carpet bombing them. Come on. Yeah, what is this? Yeah, it's just regular bombing. Okay, let's see here. Not agreeing with you. Doesn't that make people stupid? Wait, what do you mean by that? Let me see what the rest of these are. Even as takes outside any casual content be relevant since Legion. Well, I don't really talk a lot about the the hardcore content. I mean, I really kind of don't. Most of the things that I say are either just repeating things that people that do know what they're talking about or not. Let's see here. His take about the battle pass is pretty wrong too, in my opinion. There's nothing wrong about having a battle pass in the game, especially a free-to-play one. The main point comes that the content of said battle pass in the Overwatch 2 one sucks ass. Wait, so because I don't automatically hate battle passes, that means I approve of every single battle pass that will ever be created?
Oh shit, look at that. Suddenly there's nuance in things. Just a couple of minutes ago, he said that most things are black and white. Bitch.
So now, every battle pass that is ever made in the future, and now, and previously, I am giving my seal of approval that all battle passes are totally good. There it is. Uh-huh. Wow. So by thread new. There's new arguments, so it's just written. Oh god. Okay, here we go. Let me refresh this real quick.
Also, I think I'm not sure while he was talking, I did read this comment, and I honestly don't exactly understand it, but then again, I look down on everyone who actually tries to take Reddit seriously or is legitimately commenting on it. I'm pretty sure he's once again just taking something someone said out of fucking context here. Because I'm not sure that this guy is implying that Asmongold instantaneously agrees with every battle pass ever created in the future, because he doesn't instantaneously disavow the Overwatch battle pass. I think that's just something Asmongold randomly fucking decided to sport out because there's no one to correct him if he does so.
There's new arguments, so it's just written. Oh god. Okay, here we go. Let me refresh this real quick.
I will say this, he's probably right. Those arguments are probably going to be stupid.
There are new arguments. New. You can't have the old loot boxes system with a free-to-play game. You know, the loot boxes, except never the new ones. Demonstrate this. Took all the skins. $500. I guess I'm not counting epic skins and emotes. Biggest problem is lack of weight. Opinion, why the fuck should I care and get punished by shitty monetization? Well, these are just people that are talking about why they like the loot boxes in Overwatch. Like, I mean, these aren't really new arguments, because nothing in the people are debating the validity of loot boxes, or sorry, are debating the effect of loot boxes in Overwatch. I am saying categorically loot boxes are bad. So
no, you're saying categorically buying loot boxes is bad. Like seriously, we discussed this quite a lot, that how stupid that opinion is. Now, your stance that you have made crystal clear in this video, like 15 times over at this point, is that loot boxes are not bad. That buying loot boxes is bad, which is blatantly retarded.
It's telling me that loot boxes are better in Overwatch doesn't matter. That's like saying that, oh, we're not cutting off your hand, we're just cutting off one finger. Well, I don't want that cut off either. Yeah, so these are not new arguments. These are they're not even understanding why I was against it.
I don't even think he actually read them.
There's no new arguments. Yes, exactly. So I wanted to draw attention to this. Because every once in a while, I will have an opinion that will ruffle some feathers.
No, bro. No. Every time you actually spout an opinion that is literally not World of Warcraft related about the quality of the game or whatever, is the game good or bad, people, your opinion is shit and it's taken like shit for the most people. And there are a lot of people who point out why you're wrong, give examples why you're wrong, and you obviously will not ever give them any fucking validity whatsoever. You will ignore their existence because that's bad for business, and then you're just gonna look at this fucking Reddit, the place where subhumans gather to talk about shit that is completely retarded for the most part, and then you're gonna proclaim, haha, I'm smarter than these absolute morons, which is not hard even for you.
And people will come and use all of these ambiguous examples of how I never listen to anybody, how I always think I'm right, and how I'm actually...
YouTube is full of very not ambiguous examples of how you are wrong. But you will never watch those videos because you're a fucking spineless cuck coward.
wrong about everything, but they can't even manage to think of one thing that I was wrong about. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that fucking interesting? Wow.
No, not really. Is that it? I think that's it. Wow. Asmongold. Yet again. With those 300 billion IQ genius takes, huh? GG.